Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be going through the much anticipated progress update for the game Flame of Emross. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys all the things that I've kind of done so far, where we're going next, and when you can expect some sort of a beta release so you guys can at least test the game and, start to get a real feel for it. So we're going to start by registering a new account. So if we click on register, here you're going to input a username. So I'm just going to call myself a developer. And then you are going to put in your email and your password, which I'm just going to make my email. So I'm going to create an account. Looks like we got no errors, all is good. So we're going to go ahead and put in our email, put in our password, and I'm just running a local server right now for testing purposes. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the server and log in. Now, for those of you that were here for the last progress update, you're probably like, whoa, where's the island? Yeah, the floating island is gone. So I've gone ahead and rebuilt a new background. I actually like this a lot. Let me know what you guys think. The buildings are probably going to get some sort of an overhaul at some point, but for now they fit as really good, placement temp holders. But I'm kind of digging this new style. I like it a lot, and it kind of goes well with our fantasy theme that we have planned out for the game. So let's start with some of the basics. Up at the top here, we have our resources. So we have 30,000 food, 10,000 wood, 5,000 stone, and 1,000,000 gold. I upped a lot of our stuff for this video so I can show you guys the upgrading and stuff like that. You're not going to start with 1,000,000 gold. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at the basics. So on the top left here, you have your avatar. You can go ahead and click it. Right now, these are just template avatars until we can get some really good ones made up. But if you go ahead and let's say change to avatar 9 and go back out, you can see it does change your avatar, which is pretty cool. Right here at the top with the hammer, this is going to be your power or your might. I haven't really picked a name for it yet. This is not going to be implemented in the game for a little bit until we kind of finish everything up. Essentially, it's going to be the power level of all your troops, hero gear, items kind of combined together. So it tells people like how strong you are from a numbers point. Here you're going to have your username, which is, we set ours to developer, and then you're going to have your level. So your level is actually kind of cool. It's just all of your buildings added up and put together. So all the levels of your buildings added up and put together. Right now we're level 5. The reason for that is the Tree of Life is not actually set up yet. It's just kind of sitting there. It's a building that I'm working on. So we actually have 5 buildings: the University, Hero Tavern, Barracks, Castle, and Supply Center. So because all those are level 1, your level is level 5. So let's say you're on the world map and you're looking at fighting someone. You're like, okay, I'm level 30. This guy's level 40. I wonder if I could take him. Well, you'd be able to look at his power level and realize, okay, you have 1,000,000 power. He has 10,000 power. Yes, he has a higher building level than you, but his gear and his troop power isn't just quite where you're at, so you'd probably be able to take him. So that's a really cool feature to have because it lets you know if you could possibly even fight a player before you even have to do any sort of scouting and, get the beef started. So, and sorry guys, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today as I'm making this video, so hopefully I don't sound too bad. The first building we'll take a look at here is the castle. So the castle is the main building for your city. Essentially, all buildings can only go to the level of your castle. So let's say you need a level 10 university to upgrade something. You have to get your castle level 10 first before your university can even get to there, right? So it's really important. We do have all the upgrade logic for the buildings working. You can insta upgrade with gems. And you can see down here now the building is level 2. And you can also just do a normal upgrade over here. Now the upgrades are a little bit different in my game. In most games you would upgrade a building, you wait 4 hours, and then your building level goes up. That's not how it works for us. I'm going to try something a little bit different. The second you click upgrade, if you have everything you need for it, your building level is going to go up immediately. And instead there will be a cooldown timer. So you just got to wait the cooldown timer. And as you can see here, it says builders are tired, please wait the cooldown. And you'll be able to see your timer down below, right? Once I hit 0, you'll be able to upgrade again. So I want to try that out. I think it's just going to be a cool little tweak that our game has that other games don't. Here you're going to have your profile. When you click the profile button, you'll be able to change your username, change your castle skins, things of that nature. Next to that, we're going to have the supply center. Now, the supply center is one of the ones that are going to get a big change in the next update. But for now, it's also working really well. Here you can go ahead and instant upgrade the supply center. So now we got it to level 3. You could go to exchange. Exchange is really simple. Essentially, in this game, there's 2 ways to get resources, but the main way is going to be attacking camps. So you'll attack camps, they'll give you gold, and then you'll come in here and you'll exchange your gold for other resources. For example, 1 gold will give you 4 food, 1 gold will give you 3 wood, and 1 gold will give you 2 stone. So you attack the camps, get the gold, use the gold, convert to resources, and that's going to be your best shot at getting resources without obviously buying them from the store. So I do want to reward people for grinding things out and not just, purchasing from the store. Yes, all purchases help us and they keep the game running, but I don't want a cash grab game because that's no fun. And then production, this is what's going to get a really big change. This is where you're actually going to get production for all your resources. So the resources are going to work a little bit differently in our game too. I want to reward players for being online. So what does that mean? Well, you actually only generate resources from these farms when you are online. Okay, so if you sign offline, it's not going to stack up food, wood, silver, and gold, or sorry, food, wood, stone, and gold. You're only going to get them while online. Now, some of you might be like, well, that sucks, man, because I have a job and I can't work, play 6 hours a day. No problem, because the resources actually generate really, really quickly. Okay, just going to take a sip of water here. So the resources generate really quickly, which means you don't actually have to be on very long to gain a significant amount of resources. So that's going to be the positive to that. So right now we have 3,000 capacity and we make 12 food per second. And you can see we've almost filled our capacity already and we've only been here for a couple minutes. So to actually collect, you'll be able to click on these. Now this is going to change a lot. Like this whole layout, you won't even see the building. It's going to be like a field. So this is going to get a big change in the new update. It's going to be pretty cool. But I do want to make resource production more fun because I find most games lack at that. Like I don't want to push your little wheat button that comes up every 3 minutes. It's kind of annoying. So I'm going to think of something really, really cool for that. And that's about it for the supply center. The higher the level of the supply center, the more resources it's going to produce. Now, after that, we have the barracks. The barracks I had a lot of fun doing, and I mean, I'm really proud with where it is. There is going to be more troops, like specialty troops added into the game, but this is like perfect and I love it so far. So the barracks, every time you upgrade it, you're going to gain an extra 2,000 troop capacity. So the higher the level of your barracks, the more troop capacity, which means the more troops you can have in your city. So it is important to upgrade it so you can have more troops sitting around. All the upgrade functionality for this is working as well. So now that we upgraded our barracks to level 2, because you get 2,000 troop capacity per level, we should have 4,000 capacity. If we click on the train button here, you guys can see all of the troops you can train in the game. Above the photos, you can see your total capacity you can hold, which is 4,000. Your troops currently owned, which is 0 because we've made a brand new account. And your training space, which is what's available for you to train, which is 4,000 because we own no troops. So if you go through the list of troops here, we have shell breakers. Now, down under the photo, you can see this beats none ties. So this will tell you who this troop beats, who it ties against, and that's pretty much it, right? So Shellbreakers, they beat no troops in the game. They're the first tier troop. They are pretty crappy. But the good thing about Shellbreakers is they actually tie with tier 3 and tier 5. So if you look under the Shellbreaker's name over here, it says low stat sacrificial. This tells you what this troop is good at. So this troop is a good sacrificial troop. If you send Shellbreakers against tier 3s or tier 5s, you can actually, one Shellbreaker will tie against one tier 3 or tier 5. So Shellbreaker is a tier 1, you can see the yellow text. So it would tie against Argentavius's and Warbears. Warbears, which are tier 5 troop, you don't get them till your castle and all your gems are level 12, and at level 1 you'd be able to take them down with Shellbreakers. So that's what they're really good for, good sacrificial troop. Over here you can put in how much you want to train, and it'll tell you if you have enough resources or not. So if we want to train 100 Shellbreakers and we click train, it's going to say you need to upgrade your attack gem to level 1. So in order to train all the troops, your barracks level doesn't matter, but your gem levels do. So we have 3 different gems. We have attack, health, and mix. Attack gems are for attack troops, health gems for health troops, mixed gems for mixed troops, okay? And these work the same way as the castle. Once you train one, you get the troop immediately, and you just have to wait the cooldown, okay? Well, take a look at some of the troops here. We got Shellbreakers, which, again, they're just sacrificial low-stat troops. Colossal Giants. These guys are your strongest defense troops when you start the game. They have a lot of health, not a lot of attack. They do beat tier 1, but they tie against no one. So they're pretty much only good kind of for holding back against those basic tiers, you know, providing a little bit of a meat shield, I guess, to try to eliminate some of the other troops before they get into your good guys. Argentavius's, these guys are mixed, so they have good attack and good health. They beat tier 2 and they tie tier 1, 5, and tier 7. So you could use a tier 1 troop to tie, or sorry, a tier 3 troop to tie against a tier 7 troop. So I want to make sure that even if someone pays, you know, $1 bajillion to max out their account on the first day, you still have to have strategy involved. You can't just put the strongest guys on your walls and just that'll be it. Because somebody that's a lower level than you but has, you know, a decent gear setup and knows how to manage their troops can still put a pretty nasty dent in you. Next we got the Pit Vipers. These ones are my favorite. They just look cool. Pit Vipers, they're pretty good all around. I mean, they got good attack, good health. They beat tier 1, 2, and 3, and they tied tier 5 and 7. Also got War Bears. War Bears are unique. They're probably the strongest. When I say the strongest attack, they are the best attack for your buck. So there are troops that are stronger than them, but for the price of War Bears, these guys are definitely what you use to bomb. They beat nobody. So War Bears have pretty much no health, but they have a lot of attack. So they tie with almost every troop in the game except for tier 8, 10, and 11. So these guys will be your solution to most pesky walls that you just can't seem to break down. Send a bunch of War Bears, send a bunch of Shell Breakers, and you should be shredding up walls pretty good. So that's kind of how the troop tiers work, right? Like some are good at just dying and killing a bunch of shit. Other stuff is good at, you know, surviving and holding the line, and you just kind of play around with all your troops. Here we got the Battle Dragons, Beast Riders, Mammoths. These are going to be your late game defensive troops. They are really, really good. They have 80 health and 30 attack, so they can beat a lot of tiers, and they tie with no one, okay? These guys are savages, so they can hold the line. Crushers, these guys decimate almost everyone. Very, very good. Battle Kanks will beat everyone in the game except for tier 7 and tier 11. So ideally, these, you're going to want to keep a lot of them around. And then you have Guardians. These guys actually beat every single troop in the game. But again, if you were to rush a wall of these with Mammoths and War Bears, they would take a nasty hit. But Guardians are definitely, you want these guys on your wall with 100 attack and 100 health. And you can't actually get these until all of your gemstones are level 30. So it's going to take some effort. So let's go ahead and talk about the gemstones. How do they work? Well, here you're going to come into your university. And if you go ahead and click on study, you'll be able to research your gemstones. So again, we have 3 different types of gemstones: attack, health, and mix. Attack gemstones are going to be Warlord. Health gemstones are going to be Protector. And mix is going to be the Sorcerer. So if you go ahead and click on your gemstone, this is probably going to get changed up a little bit too. It's going to look a little bit prettier. But ideally, you have your gemstone over here, which is level 0. The gemstone can only go to the level of your university. So if your university is level 10, then your gemstone can go to level 10. So you won't be able to get Guardians, the strongest troop in the game, until you get your university to level 30, because your gemstones can't go to level 30 unless your university is level 30. Here we can go ahead and upgrade these. I'm just going to instant upgrade them. And let's go ahead and get this to level 12. Oh, we got to get our university up. Let's upgrade that real quick. I want to get this up to level 10, actually. Yeah, we got to upgrade the castle too. All right, let's do this real quick. Pump these bad boys up with gems. So gems also ignore a cooldown, by the way. So if you upgrade with the gems, there's no cooldown and there's no resource cost. So it makes them definitely good for pushing buildings. Just going to quickly get this up. Almost there, level 8, level 9. Cool. Then we can go to our gem, get this bad boy up to level 10. Sweet. So level 1 to level 10 is only going to cost gold. Anything beyond level 10 is going to cost gold and dust. And anything above level 20 is going to cost gold, dust, and crystal, okay? So the upgrades get harder over time. Over here, you can read how you can get dust and crystal pretty much just from killing monsters, doing scenarios, and, you know, buying, you know, the odd package that comes up every now and then. So when you upgrade your gemstone, it doesn't just let you unlock troops, they also give you buffs. So if you go ahead and take a look here, your Warlord gemstone is actually going to add plus 10 attack to all of your heroes in combat. So whatever stats your heroes have gets added onto your troops. So let's say you have a troop with 1 attack and your hero has 10 attack. Well, that troop now has 11 because he's going to have his 1 attack plus 10 attack from the hero. So if you have plus 10 attack on your gemstone too, the troop will gain another 10 attack from the gemstone. So the gemstones are really important to upgrade. You also get a player benefit. A player benefit will be something it does around your city. So in this case, for the Warlord gemstone, it's going to decrease your training time. So you'll be able to train troops faster, which means you can produce more troops, right? So each gemstone's going to have their own buff that kind of helps with the city. Once you get your gemstone up to level 30, you will then be able to evolve them. I'm not actually going to push our gemstone to level 30 because that's going to take me a minute. But essentially, once it gets to level 30, use Crystal and Dust, and you can evolve it 5 times. You click the Evolve button. Here it'll evolve to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at max evolution, you'll be able to unlock specialty troops, right? These aren't put in the game yet. It's going to be a future update, but you'll be able to train specialty troops that are even stronger than the tier 11s. And it's also going to increase all your benefits by +1. So your attack would be +5 and your player benefit would be +5. So it's going to boost up some stats. Still kind of working on this a little bit, but you guys kind of get the point of how the gemstones work now. Okay, what else we got here? Heroes. I have spent probably 220 hours at least making sure that the heroes are perfect in terms of how they're going to work, how their stats are going to work, and how they are balanced to the game. So if we go ahead and click on View Heroes, these are all the heroes that you can buy. So we're going to go ahead and buy all these. Right now you can buy them with these items called Hero Cores, but I'm actually going to switch the Hero Cores out with Hero Fragments, so that's going to come in the next update. So if we click on the first hero here, which is Nemesis, you guys can see pretty much everything about the hero. This is how the new panels are going to work. Over here breaks down what everything is. So you have Hero Fragments, which is the first one, Hero Cores, which is the second, and Hero EXP, which is the third. Each hero, we also have an attack hero, health hero, and mixed heroes, just like we do for the troops, just like we do for the gemstones. So this is an attack hero. You can see here under hero stats, it says combat. That just means he prioritizes better in attacking than he does in health, okay? So because he's a combat hero, he'll use the combat cores and the combat hero EXP, okay, which is the red cores and the red EXP. All combat heroes will use these. Now, to level up your hero, it's going to need these cores and these EXP. You'll be able to get these through summonings, through attacking monsters, through doing scenarios, and you can go ahead and click on this button here to actually level up your hero. Every time you level up your hero, you're actually going to level up his stats as well. So you can see here his attack stat is now 32 and his health is 30. So leveling him up will increase his attack and his health. Now, once your hero hits a certain level, like level 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30, he will also unlock hero charms. This is something new I put into the game. So for the hero charms, they actually require hero fragments to unlock, and then when you click unlock, you will then be able to place a charm on your hero. Charms will add extra stat benefits. So an attack charm will add 2 attack, a health charm will add 2 health, and a mixed charm will add 1 health and 1 attack. So you get a bit of both. This is really cool because you'd be able to take something like a hero that specializes in attacks, fill him up with protector charms, which are just going to boost up his health, and now you have a hero that naturally has a lot of attack, and you've added all these other charms to boost up his health, making him a really good mixed offensive, defensive hero. So this I'm really excited for. You'll also be able to upgrade the charms here with the cores and the XP scrolls. You can get them up to level 10, and at that point, you're going to gain an extra 10 health onto your hero per charm. So if you have 50 heroes, 20 health per charm, because it goes up 2 per level. So if you have 5 blue charms and they're all max level, you should be able to put on 100 extra health onto your hero, which makes a massive difference in the battlefield. I mean, you'd be able to take a tier 1 troop and literally give them more health than a tier 11 troop that has no hero, right? So they're going to play a very, very important role. And like I said, as you level up, so if you get your hero up, let's say to level 15 now, you'll be able to unlock another charm. And then over here, you can do the same thing, okay? Get that up to level 10 too. So I'm still working on this panel, but it is pretty much done. I just have to connect a few more things to the database. And here you'll be able to see all the stat increases. Right now it just says health 2 because I haven't increased the health per level, but you'll be able to see all your stat increases from the charms. Now below this we have hero talents. Hero talents are really cool. They allow you to give customizable talents to your heroes. So you'll click a new talent, which you can roll just by using cores. And there is, right now I only have 3 talents, and it's a probability based thing on which talent you get. So there we go. There's going to be a lot more talents. There's going to be like 10 or 20 in the game. They're going to do things like increase your health, increase your attack, increase your mix, increase health of just tier 1 units, tier 7 units, tier 9 units. So you could specialize your hero to even work with certain units. So it's going to be a lot of strategy in this game, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun because you're able to use pretty much any hero and any troop and have them be able to fight any other troop too. So there's going to be a lot of different ways you can kind of pair up your armies, which is going to be really cool. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. But once you roll a talent, you can click change talent and it will be applied. So I haven't set up talent stats yet. That's something that's going to come out in the next update because I'm still working on what all the talents are going to be. That's pretty much how the hero area works. And like I said, to get more of these cores or these EXPs, you can actually go to summon heroes. And when you summon them, you'll be able to get them in here. You're also going to be able to get hero fragments in here. I'm going to add that in the next update also. So you'll be able to use that to buy your heroes and obviously unlock your charms. You can also get to that panel just by going to the higher panel in the hero tavern and be able to, spin everything and get all that you need. All right, I think that's most of the stuff. Some of the other things that I'm still working on that's not quite done yet is the shops. You can obviously come in here, buy gems from the in-app purchasing and use that to, buy cores and things like that, or get gems from events to kind of help you out. We have trials. Trials is you pretty much play through a scenario. Once you beat all these castles, you gain rewards and you'll get really cool stuff like Lord gear, hero fragments, hero experience, things like that. So those are going to help out a lot in terms of progression. Alliance feature, this is not really set up yet, but yeah, you guys will be able to join alliances, create alliances, and fight other people. Your inventory, which is also not yet set up, as we don't have all the items done in the game. Your mailing system, which is not set up. And then we have the world map. I've been working on the world map. It's definitely not going to look like this. I'm more so in a testing phase with it right now. Just working on generating different castles and testing at different terrain layouts. But so far, I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to do. Just got to play around to make everything look prettier. You'll be able to come to these camps here, and this is where you'll be able to attack to get gold and convert the gold into your other resources. So that's going to be really important. And I think to wrap it up, the only thing we are missing is Lord gear. So instead of having hero gear, we went with the charms because I feel like that's a little bit cooler and adds more customization. But you are going to have Lord gear. So this was our old hero setup, but if we actually go to the craft gear section, you'll be able to craft different Lord gears that will increase the stats of all of your heroes. So there's 10 different sets you can get, and you'll progressively unlock these sets by getting fragments from scenarios, buying fragments from the shop, participating in events, and these will increase stats of all of your heroes as well that are in your city. So Lord gear is going to be very, very important. Definitely make sure you start collecting as many pieces as you can. These will actually be forged, I believe. Let me see if I can pull up the crafting section so you guys can see what that looks like. See if I can find it real quick. Here we go, craft gear. And I think that's the old one. Might not be able to show this to you guys. Yes, it looks like that is the old one. So I'm not going to be able to show you. I thought we had it done. So I won't be able to show you that in this update, but in the next update, I'll show you guys how crafting all the gear works. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You collect ingots, you use metal, forge, you'll get different ingots depending on what scenarios you beat, and yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's our update right now. Again, do just keep in mind I am a solo developer, so this has taken me a lot of time. I spend anywhere between 12 to 16 hours per day working on this. I've had to learn everything from creating the artwork to doing the security to writing the database to making sure that everything is flawless. So it's been a lot of learning for me as well. And I do want to give a shout out to everyone that's helped donate to the project. For those of you that are interested in wanting to help donate or help contribute, we do have a Discord. I'm going to post the link in the description. And in here, I post all the updates for the game. We talk about everything needed for launch day. You guys can actually vote on different things like different UI that we're putting in the game. And we have a donations donations channel where you guys can help pitch in. And then we also show the buy list of all the assets we're looking at purchasing that are going to help us get this project running. So thank you to all the donators and thank you to everyone watching. Guys, in full honesty, I think that if I keep going the rate I'm going, probably somewhere by the end of March, I could definitely have a beta server running where I won't have everything in the game, but I'll have 70% of it. You guys can come in, get a feel for it. It'll cost nothing to play. You don't have to buy anything. And you can just come around, play the game, and help us kind of figure out maybe some of the bugs that are still there. And hopefully this summer, maybe sooner, it depends on how well we do with the donations and how well we do with the initial sales. I think that we could get an official first server going at some point this summer. So I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. And again, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, we'll see you later. Peace.